Welcome back, guys. In this video, we're going to talk about Java operators, and there are different types that exist, right? We have the comparison, we have the assignment operators, arithmetic, we also have logical. Yeah, so there are different types. So today we're going to go over all of them. Yeah, without any further ado, let's just get started with this. So let me create another class. Again, right-click, new class, right? Operators. Yeah, I can just call it that, operators. That's fine. Okay. And in this, right, Java operators, right? So there are a few different types, right, that we're going to discuss today. So let's just go ahead and get started with this. So let's go with the easiest ones, I guess. So let me just put in all this thing over here. Arithmetic, which is basically math, right? And then we have assignment, right? And then comparison, right? Logical. Yeah. So these are all different types of operator that exist. So let's go one by one. Let's go with the arithmetic one first. Yeah. Arithmetic is basically math. So what do we have in the arithmetic? Arithmetic operators. Yep. Now in here, what do we have? We have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, then modulus, which is basically the remainder of a division, an increment and decrement. Now, what that is, this is addition, subtraction, multiplication, that's the asterisk sign, and then division, right? Then this is the remainder. This is the increment. This is the decrement. Okay. So let's just go through some of this so you can understand what that means. And then we have the assignment operators. So we're going to go over all these things a little bit later, what those things actually means, right? So in the assignment operators, there are a few different types on this one as well, right? So I'm going to give you an example for some of them. So some of this, we have the equal, we have plus equal, we have minus equal, multiply equal, divide equal, the percentage or the remainder equal. So there's a lot of equal on this. And equal, right? And then this is the pipe. Pipe is the one, is the not the back, the right slash. It's on right on top of enter key, equal. Then we have this equal. Then you have this equal. You have this equal. Okay, we're gonna go over some of this, so don't worry about it. And then we have comparison operators. Comparison, we have equal, right, which is basically equal to. Then we have not equal to. Then we have greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to. Okay. And then we have logical operator. Okay. In this, we have and, you know, this basically returns true if both the state returns true if both the statements are true, right? This is the or, that's two pipes, that's the or, which is it has to be either left side is right or the right side is right. Either one is right, it works. This is not, okay, when something is not true, okay, reverses the result, returns false if the result is true, basically. Okay, so let's give example of some of this. So let's start with the arithmetic, which is the math, right? So with this, just like, you know, we learned in school, PAMDAS, right? PAMDAS is parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Okay, that's the formula, PAMDAS. Okay, this is the parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Okay, yeah, we always follow that logic. So now what this is, so let's say I have int a equals 5, right? And then I have int b equals 6. Again, I'm just using int, you can use whatever you want. So, and again, this doesn't apply only to numbers. We can also add in, which is called concatenation. We're going to go into that later on as well. Concatenation is basically you can also add different strings as well together. Maybe I can actually show you over here as well. But let's say on this, if I want to do this addition, right? I'm going to do this addition. So what I can do, let's say I do s out, I can do a plus b, right? It'll just give me that. So I can, this plus, it just does that automatically, right? This is addition. Or here, addition. Okay, a plus b. Then if I want to just copy that, paste it over there. Let's say I want to do subtraction, a minus, oops. So let's do another one over here. I'm just going to do it over here. Int sum equals a plus b. Right, so I don't need to add in all these things. I can just do sum over here. I don't have subtraction. So let's say I do int subtract equal, yeah, let's do a minus b again. Why not? A minus, not 6, a minus b. Man, cannot type today. There we go. Then I can do subtract, right? You get the point. I think you can do all these other ones as well. So let's try to print out. Let's try to print this out. There you go. 5 plus 6, which is 11. Then subtract a minus b, which is 5 minus 6, and this, which is -1. Again, you can apply the same thing for multiplication as well. I don't really need this, right? If I wanted to, let's say I do S out. If I wanted to do A times B, I don't really need to put any of this string or anything like that. I don't even need to create this. I can just go directly in the print statement and the result will show. So if I do 5 times 6, which is 30, right? So for this one, it should give me 30. So addition, subtraction, it should just give me the result for the multiplication. So if I do this, see, it gives me 30 right here. So you can add in information if you wanted to. If you don't want to, you don't have to add in. It's totally up to you. Assignment operators, right? If I want to assign something to something, we're basically using this equal sign. That's all that is, right? I have int a equals 5. So a is basically being assigned to this. So let's just do it again. Since I have ab already, so let's do c, or int c equal. One more thing I want to just show over here before we move on. So let's say I want to do string, I don't know, let's say string f name, which is first name, equal John, right? And then string L name equal Smith. Don't forget that colon at the end, otherwise it just gives you the error message. So if I wanted to print both them out, or if I wanted to combine and concatenation, that's the word I'm looking for. So what I can do, let's say I do S out, right? I can do F name plus L name. Now this should print out John Smith together, no space, like John right after John, this Smith should show up, no space or anything, not two names. See, John Smith. If I wanted that space, I can do it in two ways. I can either add a space here, I can add a space there, or what I can do, I can add a space here as well. Okay. So there'll be no space in the first name, no space in the last name. I'm just adding it as I'm printing it out on the print line. Okay, there you go, John Smith. Not 30, but John Smith. So yeah, that's how you can do this thing. So let's move on to assignment operators. In the assignment operators, so let's say int c equals 10, right? It doesn't matter. You can put whatever you want. So this equal, this equal is this thing, right? I'm assigning c to 10. If I was to print out c, the value of c right now is 10. Okay. Now, if I want to do plus equal, so let's print this out first so you guys can see the difference. S out c, right? So let's print this out. As you can see, I have 10, right? which is correct, 10. Now, if I was to do, let's say, c, the second one, right? Plus equals. So if I was to do c plus equals, let's say I put, I don't know, 2, right? If I was to do that, it doesn't matter. I can also put it all together. The spacing, it doesn't matter in Java, so it doesn't matter. But let's say, just for easier sake, I don't have to put int over here because I'm just basically just getting this, and I already defined c as an integer, so it's totally okay. If I put 2.0, this would probably Oh, it is not giving me an error. I don't know why. Okay. But anyways, so let's say I have C plus equals 2. Now what this should do, this 10, so this is 10. Now what I'm saying is that like take 10, add 2 to the 10. Okay. So if I was to do another print statement, and I said C again, this C right here is not this first C. Right now is going to print out this C right here. Okay. I hope that makes sense. See right there, 10, and this thing is 2. It added 2. Okay. Now, if I was to, let's say I do C minus equal, right? Just like I have 2 over here, let's say minus equal, let's say I do 3. Now what this should do, what this is doing, so first I have 10, which is this line number, line number 26, which is 10, it's printing out on 27th, right? And then I added 10 to this 2, which is 12. Now what I'm doing, I'm subtracting 12. I'm sorry, I'm subtracting 3 from the 12. So this should give me 9. Okay, again, C. They're all the same C. They're all integer. That's why I don't have to change the value of that. See, 10, 12, this. And again, you have all these different ones, right? You guys can play around with it, see what it does. Yeah, have fun doing all these ones. So, and then we have the Java comparison operators, right? So if I wanted to do comparison, in the comparison, it will basically give you that, either true or false, right? So what that means is, let's say I have int d equals 5, right? And then I have int e equals 5, right? Or let's say 6. I'm sorry, 6. All right. Now, what this should do, if I was to compare whether D and E are equal to each other, okay? If they're equal to. Now, how I would do that? Let's say I do S out. I say D equal E. Okay, that's all I need to do. I don't need to do anything else. So 9 is the last one. So after 9, let's see what it says. False. And that is correct, right? 5 is not equal to 6. Now, if I should change this to 5, however, this should, instead of false, right now, this should give me true. There you go, right? The not equal to, right? If I was to do, let's say, not equal, this would also, so you're saying that 5 is not equal to 5. That's what it's saying. Like 5 is not equal to 5. So, which is false, obviously, right? 5 is equal to 5. So that's why it's giving me this false. But if I was to say, if I go back to the 6, and if I was to run this again, this would give me true. Okay. So as you can see, this thing, it's equal to, not equal, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. You guys can play around with that number, and yeah, and let me know how you do. And then we have the Java logical operators, right? So in this logical operator, let me just do this. So let's say I have int def. Let's say I have f equal 5. I don't know why I'm picking 5 over and over again today. But yeah, maybe pick some lottery numbers with the 5 in it. Okay. Sorry, I don't know why I did system s out. Yep. S out. Now, what I can do, this f, right? So what I can do if I wanted to compare, whether this and this is true, or is either one, left side or the right side is true, or is not equal to, whatever the case is, right? So let's say I want to do the first one, and which is what I can do is, let's say I have f, right? I can say f greater than, f is greater than, let's say I say 2, right? Which is correct. F is 5, f is 5, so 5 is greater than 2, absolutely. And then I can say and I can say again, f is less than 6. So in this case, they're both true, right? So this is both of them are true. So what I can do, here, let me just put this over here so you guys would know it's true, right? So in this case, this is also true. So let's just run it again. There you go, it's true, right? Now, let's say I said f is greater than 6, right? And f is less than 5. I mean, again, none of these are true, right? They're both false. And if I was, and this would be false. So if I was to run this, see, it gives me false. Now, if I say f is greater than 6 and f is less than 10, let me actually copy it again, so you guys can see all the differences, right? And then f is greater than 10. So let's say f is greater than 3, right? And f is less than 10, right? In this case, I'm sorry, f is greater than 5, let's say. This is 5, right? So let's say this, f is greater than 5 and f is less than 10. This is also false because f is not greater than 5, right? See, it also gives me that false. Now we have this or, right? So if I was to take this one, and I just, instead of this, I just did this, it says f is greater than 5, which is false, but f is less than 10, which is true. So what do you think this would give me? True. You know why? Because even though this is false, this is correct, because we're not comparing both sides. We're saying either this has to be right or this has to be right. It's either or. Okay, it's not both of them, it's either or. I'll not do this one. I'll leave it up to you guys to practice. Yeah, I know this was a pretty big lesson, guys. Hopefully this was helpful. Yeah, please do stick with me and please do subscribe. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good one, guys.